What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Fable, and I haven't been here for a while, but I thought I'd come back to make a video, because this is kind of something cool that I really just want to talk about, because I feel like more of it needs to be said, because a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people haven't really been talking about this, and the big question here, or that we're going to be discussing in this video, is are game stores like Gamestop and such becoming more and more irrelevant? And yes, they are, but do I think that GameStops or whatever should, stop happening because people can buy or download their games at home? And let me just get my first straight answer out there. No. I thought I had to make something about this, because not a lot of people are talking about this, but as you notice more and more through the years, more and more people are just downloading games at their houses. And, I mean, it is really cool, believe me, downloading stuff, but I personally, and I know a lot of other people agree with me on this one, but I love picking up physical copies of things. Like, seriously, I have many physical copies of games. If I turn my camera just over here to my collection, that's just a few of them, if you can even see them over there. But, I mean, seriously, I've had so many of these physical games, and I really just think that this needs to be talked about more, because over the years, yeah, GameStop's gotten a little less irrelevant, or more irrelevant now, because people are just downloading their games, and I think it's really good. Like, the only time I really download games are like if I'm playing my Switch and I know I'm gonna play Breath of the Wild for a really long time, so I'm like, okay, so then I use a download so I can always have Breath of the Wild with me. But honestly, I just love picking up those physical copies of things so much. I mean, like, seriously, if right there doesn't tell you enough, then I really don't want to see GameStops at least stop, because some of my fondest memories, this sounds so nerdy, but I loved going on March 3rd to pick up my Switch with my friends. We waited in that line, and it was so fun. It was one of, like, my favorite days, like, sitting there, the anticipation, and I loved it, and I loved going to GameStop to pick up my copy of Super Mario Odyssey on the first day. I just think that all the little things add up here, and I really don't think that these stores should become more and more just less used, and it's gonna be super sad if they do just decide to stop bringing out these stores like GameStop and Best Buy, or at least their video game sections, because you're just like, oh, you can download it. And I know this isn't a huge deal, but I really do appreciate the stores that are staying, like GameStop, And I've noticed a couple of those smaller video game chain stores have been closing because downloading games is such a huge thing now. But a big problem with the Xbox and other stuff is that even after you've bought the physical copy, you still have to go through a downloading process, which is also, can I mention, something that I love about the Switch and the DS, is because you don't really have to do that. I mean, you get a little update at the beginning that just, like, when you put it in at first, but you don't have to download any extra things. Like, that's what I thought was so weird when I first had the Xbox, because you put in a game, you expect to play it right away, but you actually have to wait like an hour or two, sometimes if you have a really bad internet connection, like 4 or 5 hours, just to play a game. And I think that's just, oh, it makes me so mad, but that's really beside the point from here. I do want GameStops to stay open, because I love going to those stores, and some people just, like, download stuff, but personally, I also think that's kind of lazy. I mean, even though the people do prefer downloads, I really just think that it's so cool just being able to go to a store and pick up the games that you want and be able to play them just right after that. Like, I've been to GameStop to get so many games, and I love the atmosphere there. Like, seriously, if I turn 16 and I can get a job at GameStop for 2 years or something, that would just be so much fun. Because I think all the workers at GameStops are just so cool. They know what they're talking about. Well, at least most of the time, they know what they're talking about. And I love the atmosphere that is, going into a game shop and just being able to buy everything. So I really don't want this to become just a lesser thing, because I love these game stores. That's where I picked up my Switch. It's where I picked up most of my games. I can't stress enough that it really just sucks that these are going less and less, they're just becoming less and less important, and it breaks my heart to see that go, because I just really love those stores, and I would love to see them stay open. But I know that in the next upcoming years, a lot of GameStops, in fact, even hundreds of them, are closing, like, everywhere. Even a couple of them by me have been closing. And it makes me so sad because I really don't want to see the whole, I guess the gaming communities turn into just a bunch of downloaded games, because I mean really the only downloaded games that I have on here are just some indies and Breath of the Wild, like I said. But seriously guys, if I had an opinion on this, I'd keep Gamestops open because I just think they're so fantastic. Well, that's about all I have to say about the GameStop thing, but I did want to mention something kind of cool. A lot of people are going to like this, so you know that I do a ton of different stuff on my channel. Most of it is Nintendo referred stuff, but I said I was going to do some Xbox videos and such, and like that, like Monster Hunter. But I also really want to talk about something, a big thing about my life besides YouTube, playing video games. My other favorite art form besides movies is music, and I listen to a lot of music. So if any albums in 2018 come out that are just phenomenal, I think I'm going to start making an album review once in a while, because why not? I think music is such a huge important thing, or even just reviewing soundtracks for games, because a lot of them are fantastic. So I really just wanted to bring up this because I love music and I want to make it a part of my channel, just like I have gaming and movie reviews, and I'm really a person of all kind of things. So if you guys have any suggestions for things that you want me to do, or even just upcoming videos, please leave a comment. I really hope you guys like this video. Leave your opinions about what should happen to GameStops, gaming stores, over the next few years. I really think they should stay. But that's just my opinion, so leave your opinion down in the comments. If you like the video, leave me a like. A subscribe would be super, super appreciated. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time.